speaker, wondering what the hell happened. For some
This
reason,
call is being recorded.
Spreaker dropped me. So Shaka, you back up?
Yep, I'm here.
I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on, but it's all good. We're gonna find a way.
That's because your setup is whack, Hakim. I
Oh,
keep trying to tell you.
oh my
You're trying to step
God.
it. You're trying to step it up in the
Oh my
ground. You
God.
side slide. You
This,
side slipping. You're
this,
moonwalking. Is what
this.
it is.
We got it. We
You
got
can't
it.
moonwalk the progress. Is what it is. I don't care what how they twist Michael's words around. You cannot moonwalk to progress. It's always backwards. That's not Sankofa.
Okay,
That's moonwalking.
we got an angry iOS user on the line. An angry
You need an apple in your life.
iOS. I I
And I
got
don't mean
plenty
sit
of
out like
apples in the
Eve. I'm just
refrigerator.
saying that you need
I got
you
plenty of
need you
apples
need some.
in the refrigerator. Is that what you are referring to? Because those are the
Oh
only
man.
apples that I use. Other than that, I would use an iMac, but they want to try me. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I don't live a life where
Man,
I could drop
do
two
you know that
thousand.
it's a dude on offer up right now selling iMac for $150.
$150?
$150 for iMac.
Shut up. Stop
Because
playing.
obviously, no, you got to understand something, man. Listen, all these new studios and school facilities that come up, what happened is that when they get rid of the old ones, you can talk to a facilities manager and they're for a bargain, they'll sell them all to you in bulk. And so that's what people was doing. They're going
Oh,
to facilities managers and bidding on uh on old computers. I mean, they owe to the university, but they ain't owe to you. These
right.
iMacs is like a buck, yeah, buck
Send me
fifty
the
each.
link. Send me a link. Send me a link.
All right.
Because I need that for the video editing. Because we about to start doing. We need to start doing documentaries and movies and shit. We got to move. And I will say, iOS is the bomb when it comes to that editing shit. Now,
Mm-hmm.
for our cell phones and shit, I
Now,
would
Hakim, I'm gonna
prefer
tell you
Android.
this. I got a piece of software that you need exclusively. Like I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, but you got to get WonderShare. It's a one-stop shop for everything you're trying to do on that level. Like,
Time
you
out.
would see,
Time out.
you would see. Yeah.
You're not streaming on 5, 7 different platforms. I'm doing that through Android. I'm on Periscope right now. Go to Periscope. Go to my Periscope. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Come on, man. I hear you. I like that for the editing stuff. But if you telling me I get a MacBook that's not basically brand new and I get an iMac, I will get one for $150. Send me the link. I'll order that right now while we're on air. Shit. You know what I'm
You know
saying?
what? I'm gonna do it. Listen, all right, I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna do it for you, Hakim,
All right, put it in and
right now.
put it in my chat on if you
I
looking at me.
got you.
Okay, put it in there.
Don't worry
We'll do
about it. I
that.
can
We're gonna make that
multitask on this
purchase
shit.
right now.
I,
God damn it, because I'm sitting up here like you said, $150. Come on,
yes,
man.
sir.
Come
Okay,
on.
hold on a second. We about to make that happen.
So
All right. So getting back to the proverb,
there you
man.
go.
Like I said, the whole thing about me right now at 42 years old, like I know what I'm good at. And a man told me a long time ago. I had an opportunity to sit next to a jazz legend in New Jersey one time, and we performed a whole set together. We ain't even know none of the same songs we was doing. We just liked the vibe that was in the air,
Self smacking.
and and when I got off
What is
stage
it?
and he was packing up his van at the end, he said, "Man, what do you do? Like, like basically, how can I look you up so we could do this again?" And I told the man, I said, "Well, I work at Home Depot."
I
I work
bet
at
you.
Home Depot in Bloomfield, New Jersey.
I bet he didn't laugh.
And yeah, and this way he did. He was disgusted. He was
Go
disgusted
get a
that I had a
Milton.
9 to 5 job and I do what I do on stage the way that we did. He was disgusted. He said, "Man, I'm." Gonna, he started laughing. You know how you know. He said, "I'm gonna tell you like this." He was like, when you're great at something, only do that. And so I spent every day since then trying to figure out, trying to convince myself, well, what is it that you're great at? You know what I mean? And the piece is that now here's where it comes full circle. What you was talking about, Tim. I know for myself what I'm great at. And sometimes when we look at another person's circumstances, we can't pick that up.
Mm.
We can't pick up the fact that this person is balanced within imbalance because all you see is them within imbalance. And that does a lot to say who we are because if we don't see even the hope in establishing balance within each other, then we've given up on community before we've had an opportunity for it to start. So the piece is that when I look at my function amongst the people, every time I come out to visit and I'm not anchored in a space where people can find me. I'm not anchored into a space where I'm able to run my lane. I'm doing myself an injustice by being around a tribe without being able to demonstrate what my particular purpose, what my particular role is, simply because of space. But when I
I
get
told
there,
you what my superpower is, but you ain't. I guess you ain't hear me.
but huh?
Told you what my superpower is. I create space and time, my friend. That's what I do. Um,
Okay,
I'm just saying. So,
okay. We need to put it to the working it together. That's all. Listen, that's all I need right now. Listen, if I got a space, I mean, and just on a basic level, I tell you, look at the multifacetedness that I do on a regular basis. I mean, yeah, I educate my son during the day because I homeschool him. I'm a creator in my space. You know what I mean? When I gotta go out right now,
bed.
just you know what I
Your
mean? I
bed.
go out and I make money. I brew at the house. I got all of these potential streams that I bring with me wherever I go. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I just need a space to be able to do that. I need a space where, like I say, uh, a bed and breakfast is year round. When we have events and we have special guests, they stand at the Black Phoenix. You know what I mean? When we have the symbiotic ciphers, it happens at the Black Phoenix. You know what I mean? That's where, and the thing is that this is what it is that if people, if a people don't come out to the symbiotic cipher at the Black Phoenix, if they don't come out and utilize the bed and breakfast, if they don't come out to get their red June from the Black Phoenix,
Well, hold
then
on. That better be
it's
in
very,
Cleveland. Cause Ambrosia
huh?
is sold in Columbus, man. You trying to move in on my territory? I'm gonna tell you like Don Corleone don't tell people. No, it's your business interest on the field. My business interest. We don't have no problem. You,
And by that time, huh, Tim? By that time, this is what I'm saying to you, man. Like, look, if Red June has a particular market,
it does have a particular market. I'm just fooling around. We already know it got a particular market.
mm-hmm,
Because it's certain. I
right?
mean, because you established your market as soon as you came out. Because one of the first things you said is heart health. You said, "Listen, I'm
Yep.
interested in heart health. The herbs that I pick are specific for herb health. I've seen the power of fermentation. I see how it could be used, and then on top of that, see, because this brings us back to this proverb, because you didn't start brewing for money. I'm not fermenting for money. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like
Right.
the money helps, but shit, I enjoy sipping on this shit myself. I
Right.
understand the health benefits, and it's like, boom, we got scobies, and look, hey, you know what I'm saying? Because you've been there. I mean, because if I'm correct, you got you Rhodes off of some Scobie, didn't you?
Oh yeah.
You see what I'm
Oh, yeah.
saying?
You
Trent,
have no idea. Listen. You have no look. That Scobie. I mean, that Scobie. You got. Listen. And just so people that don't know that story, listen. And the people our age that know who the Daz Band is, right?
mm-hmm.
Because it's all relevant.
He
The
said the
Daz
Daz
Band
man. Another,
was a Cleveland-based.
wait, well, I was about to say another hot band, world renowned band out of the Midwest. Stand your asses up in
Right.
Ohio, especially. I had to
So this whole 6 degrees of separation. Check this out real fast. I found I found a sister that was trying to sell this Fender Rhodes, old jazz organ, for those that don't know, for $3,500, and it's well worth it. Spotless. This is my instrument. I used to have one when I lived in Columbus, the 88 key Rhodes, and I sold it to get this motif that I got now. I come here and I see this Rhodes for $3,500. I talked to the sister and I let her know what I got going on. She mentions to me that her mother had a triple bypass surgery and that she's really mostly concerned with her and her mother's heart health. So I introduced this Scobie and I introduced a gallon of my June, and with that I was able to barter that $3,500 uh, uh, instrument. Now here's the piece: the sister that I traded that off to is the daughter of a dude named Michael Jackson, who was the keyboard player for the Daz Band. So the Rhodes that I got belonged to the Daz Band, one
Mm.
of the players of the Daz Band. And so,
Then they do
just that whole
Let It Whip.
symbiosis.
That
You say what?
did they do the song Let It Whip? Is that
Yes.
them? Let it whip, get that right, get the baby, work it all night, let it
Yeah.
whip, right? So and see,
Yeah.
and it's we allow the toil of what we do to form us, and it's more about what we become from not only using a product but being able to share the product. And rewards come for us becoming better human beings, becoming better people, becoming better at what we do, becoming masters. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't work
And
towards
becoming better
mastery.
networked, Hatem.
Better,
Let
oh
me let
man,
me say
masters
that too.
got masters got excellent networks and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what part of
Yeah.
mastery. You can't be a master if you ain't got no strong network. A motherfucker that tell you
Right.
he's a master, but yet he or she don't have a fucking network. They a master by themselves. You got to start asking questions. Even in the kung
Right.
fu movies, the motherfuckers that lived up in the woods or all the way out and everybody thought they was crazy, they could take a student and send that motherfucker to somewhere, and they just say his name and they be like poop, and they take the student in. Come on, man. Part of mastery is developing the networks, and part of you becoming fully who you are, you start realizing who you are in the network, and then you start being able to create value. And this is one of the things that people want to keep you away from. Your enemies want to keep you away from. Those people hating on you want to keep you away from your ability to create value. Shaka created $3,500 from some scobies that I gave you. I mean, you came, you saw what I was doing. You looked at the show. You said, "Let me try that." You said, "Can I make this at home?" I gave him maybe three scobies. He went home. He worked with the scobies, and he was able to parlay what was in there from what he needed. He got what he needed. He became better and became healthier, and he was able to share with somebody else. And they traded him a $3,500 device. He created value in his home in Cleveland. He didn't need the central banking system. He didn't need the government. He created value, and he was able to talk to the sister and let her know, look, this is what you need, and these are the herbs that you need, and I will give you this for this, and boom, they was able to barter. Come on, family, we on to some shit here.
Oh yeah. And here's the piece, man, is that listen, no matter how we package this stuff, we need, post production is a part of the June piece as well. For example, I got these brown bottles over here. Now, amongst tribe, we can get that off. I hand it to you. You know what it is.
Right.
You trust it because we tried. I go have this conversation with the grocery store
You
who's
can't do it.
willing
Can't do it like that.
to, you know what I mean? You can't
Right.
do it like
Can't do
that.
it
You
like
got to
that.
have that post production done, which means that we need somebody on deck that does graphics that you can give them some text. Bam, they flip it into a label. You print the label, and it's a done deal. Now we got somebody dealing with the bottling. All right, but understand that as Hot Tim knows, like bottling, if that was a part of getting this thing out into into the broad market, the mass market right now, the bottling part is the most work.
That's the
That's what's going to
dude.
hold us.
Oh my
You know what I mean?
God. Listen, it's to a point where I have cut down. I mean, because I could make a lot more money on those little individual brown bottles. But I'm like, man,
Mm-hmm.
that's a lot. It's tedious. And I do it for the regular customers. Like because Shaka has a broader vision than I have because my piece is, I'm like tribe right now. I'm trying to make sure that people in my tribe and stuff like that and get more people in interested in brewing so that we will be able to have a conglomeration to pull together. So if we want to make a master move, I prefer to sell 1,000 bottles a month to people that I know rather than hitting some of these grocery stores. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, I don't know them people. But shit, we both know within our network enough people that will buy 1,000 bottles from us, and that will keep us busy,
Right.
and we
I
be
mean,
able to we
and
be able to
just, I
employ our
mean,
kids.
on a level of appealing to the other niche communities. And when I say niche communities, over this past week, people who like jumped up and down when I found out what I had in the bottle. You had some Amish folk, right?
Right?
You said had some Amish folk who were like, oh, yeah, we do that, but what you got? That's some exotic. You know what I mean? So we trade you some of this kimchi or
Right.
some of this, that we
Right.
got on the table. You know what I mean? For a bottle of
But
that, take it home, man. But
that kind of for me, that kind of fits into the tribe because what you're doing is you're expanding the tribe because for me, it's sort of like, it's certain wines that we never hear about.
hmm
That no matter how much money we make, that we probably would never get access to those wines. And for me, I want that ambrosia to be that, where people come and um, travel from faraway places and pay top dollar to sip on some uh, 2015 ambrosia.
and I tell them, imagine this, and that's what I'm saying too, is that it's one thing to go to Walmart and go grab a 12 or 18 pack of beer, right?
Right, right.
Get that diamond dust. But
There's a whole nother thing to go to
the
that.
wine to,
Go ahead, I'm
to
listening.
the kosher aisle,
Yeah,
go to the kosher aisle, you know that you have a whole community that's going to support that aisle, no
Right.
matter what the price is or something.
Exactly. And that's what
No
we
matter
that's what we building. We're building those
right.
individuals. We're building the value. We're building the people that can value what we do. And that's the same thing with the music. That's the
Not only
same.
that, Hot Tim.
Go
Not
ahead.
only that, but what we got, we building a cultural staple.
Exactly.
And I'm saying that, the cultural staple. Hey, look, listen, you could go to Walmart and get some refined shea butter product. You
Right.
could go to Walmart and get all the things, but
To
when we
get the
talk
real.
about cultural appropriate medicine,
Right.
cultural appropriate elixirs, you know what I mean? That stuff needs to be isolated in its own spot. We're not talking about kombucha.
Right. Oh no.
We
No.
talk about something totally different.
We're talking
You know what I
about
mean?
right,
Now, if
right.
you want to, and that's and like I say, on a Walmart piece is where we put the generic stuff.
And you
You
know,
know, they'll get a couple of
I'm
flavors. They'll
farming
get
that
some
shit out.
hibiscus and ginger over here.
Right.
They'll get some of that dandelion.
I
You know what
farm
I
that shit
mean?
out. Right.
But
I farm that shit out.
we need we need to situate ourselves where it's like when people want the more exclusive prescriptions or whatnot, they can come to the Red June house, or they can go to where they able to place those exclusive orders for some ambrosia, and they paying $80 a gallon because you didn't spend
Shit.
2 weeks out of your time. You know what I mean?
Listen. Listen. I want it to be to the point where we have, because one of the things you talked about, like we should have like sips and family. Now, I know you're like, this is off the proverb, but this is very much in the proverb because this is something that we love. You know what I'm saying? And it makes us better because you'd be surprised how much you can learn from some yeast and bacteria brewing some
Hmm.
shit.
And before you go into the this symbiotic cipher, let's go. Let's start running the jargon so people understand what we're talking about. That's the symbiotic cipher. We're talking about some wine and cheese, but instead of wine and cheese, we got the organic shit that we dealing with.
Right.
And on the music aspect, yeah, those sips will go a long way when people start realizing like they got this champagne stuff they popping. It wasn't even wine, but it was delicious.
It was
You know what I
delicious.
mean?
Well, they had some that was very sweet, but then they had some stuff that they talked about being mature, and then you start getting people that's looking at your stuff and they start categorizing it, and you get those
Hmm.
those individuals that become
Oh,
connoisseurs of your shit.
yeah.
That's
And then you take
like for example, I'll give you an example. Wu-Tang Clan. You remember when
hmm
Wu-Tang put together that album? They put together one album and sold that shit for a lot of money. It's only one copy, and they put it together and they sold that shit. And Wu-Tang Clan is what, 25 years old? They're like, shit, this is some unique shit. This is boom, boom, boom. They all took their little cut of money, and unfortunately, they sold it to an asshole. But anyway, but the point I'm saying is, you know what I'm saying? In the next few years, we'll be able to do some shit like that. Listen, I got some ambrosia from 2019, and it's 2030. Motherfuckers like $500.
right.
500.
Hey man, I got this half gallon growler sitting down here, man, and it's only 2 months old. But I'll tell you this: about 2 weeks ago, I had half of a growler of the same stuff, and I popped it open, and all but a sip escaped. And but that sip was divine, man. I don't know what goes on in the whole
For those
ecosystem.
for those that don't know what we're talking about June, and it's basically a fermented green tea. Shaka has his own variety. I have my own variety. Shaka call his red June. I call mine's and that ambrosia. Now it's a living drink. So If you don't know how to open it and you open it too fast, all that shit will jump out the bottle because it's a lie. It's like boom. It's like boom. Let us out of this shit. As soon as you pop the bottle, it goes out. So you got to have a technique to opening it. But now let's move to another proverb because we are at an hour and we covered one. Wait, hold on. Where we at? Well, actually, I lost the signal, so let's see where we at. I'm on because I'm gonna shut it down. We're gonna do one more for the night. We're streaming like right now. We're streaming on YouTube. We streaming on YouTube live on Gye-Nyame Journey on YouTube on Hatem Gye-Nyame on Periscope on Hatem. We're doing stream.me Gye-Nyame Journey Media. Facebook we're doing Hatem as well as Gye-Nyame Journey, and I got enough room for a whole bunch more. I just don't know those platforms. The next one was number one. There is nothing that wastes the body like worry, and one who has any faith in God should be ashamed to worry about anything whatsoever. God damn. Do you need me to read that one again?
No.
Powerful. Powerful. You want to hit it first or you want me to hit it first?
Um, I'm gonna take a jab at it, and you come
Jab
with the
it.
haymaker, and I might have to. All right, so
Come back with a right hook. Go ahead.
right, and what I'm hearing about it is that worrying is a waste of time, and what I'm toggling with is I remember a woman told me I introduced myself to a woman, and I said something about being a warrior, and she was like, "Oh well, I love peace." You know what I mean? Like I don't like the idea of warring everywhere you go. But worrying is a whole different thing. I think, but in that, what is there in life to worry about? What is it to worry? And I feel like there's a such thing as a healthy fear, and that healthy fear allows us to be able to look at all the perspective avenues uh, when especially when we are in a fight or flight scenario, which is typically where I would tend to worry. You know what I mean, and look at what's at stake. I mean, because as warriors, we have to look at what uh, what the lowest sense of casualty is going to be. You know what I mean, and what it is that we dare to protect. But go ahead.
Now, check this out, family. Now, one of the things that I want you to check out at the end of
Uh-oh.
this is he said there's
You
nothing
still
that
there?
wait. Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? No, it dropped again. Don't hang. I got it. Hello.
What happened?
Hold on. Don't worry about it. I got it. You need to go have me on your other channel so I can let you know you straight. Stay in. Don't hang up. Shaka. All right. I'm back.
This conference is
Can you hear me?
by the organizer.
Calm down. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm
Shaka.
here.
All right, cool. Now, next time to do that, don't hang up. I'll go out and come back in because what's going on is
Okay.
I'm being dropped because I got all this stuff running on my computer. So now I'm gonna have to expand. So if you send me that link, I'm gonna try to get me one of those Macs, especially if I can if I can pay in the way I want to. It says, there is nothing that wastes the body like worry, and one who has any faith in God should be ashamed to worry about anything whatsoever. This calls in, because I want y'all to be very clear about this. This is from Mahatma Gandhi, right? And basically what Gandhi is doing is he's calling up and challenging you on your belief in your higher power. We have people that talk about I done fell off again, so I could stay on. I don't know what's going on, and I don't like it.
This conference is being recorded by the organizer.
You still there?
Yep.
I don't know what's going on, but just hang on. We about to get off of here. Now, this is calling in your belief in a higher power. We have people talk about, oh, the Lord, God, the ancestors, the Holy, the Mari, Jesus, Allah. We got people screaming all this shit. All this, you know what I'm saying, calling on all these things, but yet they engulf their life in worrying. And what he is pointing out is, how in the world can you worry when you say that the being that you serve is the master of the universe? So even if shit don't look right to you, even if it looks like it's going to be painful, even if it looks like you are about to die, you should in a sense rejoice, because this is the will of the all-powerful being in which you serve. So why waste your life and waste your body worrying? Right? It's sort of like a lot of people are acting like that partridge that we talked about the other day. The partridge was so concerned about its own life that it was willing to give up other people's lives rather than facing its own fate and taking a chance and battling its own fate. You know what I'm saying? It was willing to turn in other of its kind's own life. You know what I'm saying? Because there was no belief in a higher power. There was no belief. We hear people talk about heaven or this higher place that you go to, but everybody is fighting to stay up out of this. This is why I say a lot of times, and my family gonna get mad at me. Some of y'all gonna get mad at me, but a lot of black folks are closet atheists. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to admit it. They too scared to say it, but they're closet atheists. Not only do they spend a lot of time worrying, but they also, or we also, spend a lot of time not only worrying, but we spend a lot of time doing shit as if nothing or no one sees what we're doing. R. Kelly do all those spiritual songs, you know, he in the news, and this motherfucker talk about God, but yet and still, he do the shit he do. You know what I'm saying? And we know a lot of people like this who claim a love and a faithfulness to a higher being, but yet their behaviors all totally fucked up. Come on, family. You know what I'm saying? Believe or don't believe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Yoda say, it's either do or do not do. There is no try. Either you believe or you do not believe. There is no try.
Mm-hmm.
So if you believe that this all-powerful being is got your back, then what in the fuck how could you worry about anything?
You know, I had an elder tell me once, man, that we saw things in a substandard way, that the things that are natural we call supernatural.
Mm.
And that alone reminded me how far we've gone away from sacred practice. Like I see my man Eddie Bayard on the line right now, right?
On which
I
line?
know for a fact that when Eddie does what he's doing,
On what line is Eddie
uh,
Baird on?
he's got a very sacred mode in his practice,
Hey,
right?
what line
When
is
we
Eddie
were
Baird
roommates,
on?
this dude would spend like 8 hours out of the day standing in the corner with his headphones on, um, just, just shedding with his ancestors. You know what I mean? Shedding with cats who were great before him. And so that's that frequency that's hard to get into when, what movie was it where the dude was like, these are my friends, these people who influenced me. And the psych said, well, all your friends are dead. You need to talk to some people that's alive. You know what I mean? I think that was Goodwill Hunting.
Mm-hmm.
And, and that's true. That's true to an extent. But if the dead ones are giving us so much edification, then the ones that are alive, what is their purpose for us if they are not?
Mm, mm.
You still there?
I'm here. Can you hear me? Oh, stay on the line. We're gonna end this tonight,
Okay.
family. Hold on. We're gonna end this. I'm catching hell. I'm catching hell. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why it's
This
tripping on
conference is being
me.
recorded by the organizer.
Someone please help me. I don't understand. I got a bad signal, family, so we're gonna call it a night. Cause this is ridiculous. We ain't gonna
Mm-hmm.
keep on going through this shit. But we
We're talking
broke
about
out.
you got the links right
Oh
to
yeah,
the highlights, right?
I'm looking at them right now. I need to know is how to tell which ones are, because sometimes they
Yeah.
can be out of date and you can't really use them. I don't need that shit. I need something I can uh get that got Wi-Fi, so I'm gonna look through these and see about getting one. But I want to thank everybody that took the time to join us. I mean, like I said, the conversation don't have to stop here, family. You can keep it going. Hit us up on the timeline. I'm in the timeline. I will find a way to respond to you. All right. I want to thank you for taking the time for joining us on Gye-Nyame Journey. Sorry for the lateness, but it is my pleasure to be of service. Let me say this. I hope that I have been of service to you. I hope that I've stimulated some thought. I hope that I made some of you mad. I hope that I brought joy to some people's heart. I just hope that in some form or fashion I moved you. And uh, I toast you, and I will see the Daily Toasters in the morning. Of course, I might be a little bit late. I'm out.